Respected honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Zakaria Dauda Nyampa, member representing the good people of Madagali-Michika Federal Constituency from Adamawa State. I rise to move with concern the motion that needs to investigate the perimeter fencing of the Abuja-Kaduna rail lines. The House notes that railway is one of the oldest and most efficient means for transporting passenger and cargo across the world. Also note that the railway in Nigeria have for many decades suffered severe neglect, but the rail project recently embarked upon by the federal government has contributed significantly to easing the movement of persons and goods across the country. Aware that the Abuja-Kaduna railway is standard gauge that runs through 9 stations from Idu station to Kuchibon, Asham, Jere, Gidan, Rijana, Duse, Kakao, and terminate at Rigasa in Kaduna. Also aware of the need to provide perimeter fencing to avoid accidents that could arise from human beings or animals crossing rail track, and install a digital security system to enable the operators to know when there is an impact on the rail and consequently get the needed help. Concerned that the operators have been having a running battle with communities surrounding the rail lines, particularly herdsmen, some of whose cattle that strayed into the rail track were crushed by a moving train. Also concerned that our inexperienced train driver could easily be frightened and confused in such situation, and in the process of trying to avoid the cattle may derail, which could be extremely disastrous. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, recall that the rail line, which is the first commercial standard gauge train service in Nigeria, was built by China Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC, from a 500 million US dollars, which is equivalent to 270 billion naira, was taken as concessionary loan from China Exim Bank, scheduled to finance 85% of the project, while the remaining 15% was a counterpart funding by the federal government of Nigeria. Regret that despite the inclusion of perimeter fencing in the scope of work, the dominant challenge on the service is vandalization of equipment and facility, thus constituting security and safety threats. Concerned that if the perimeter fencing project is completed, it will not only improve efficiency and effectiveness in the transportation system, but also reduce pressure on the nation road and curtail fatal accidents. Resolve: 1. Urge the federal government to increase the number of security personnel stationed along Abuja-Kaduna railway, as well as increase surveillance and intelligence gathering in the surrounding area. Mandate the Committee on Land Transport to investigate the extent to which the variation to accommodate the perimeter fencing of the rail lines was carried out, and the level of implementation, and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am Dachin Musa Bagos, representing the good, great people of Jos South, Jos East Federal Constituency. I'm from the peaceful state of Plateau. I rise to second the motion as moved by my honorable colleague, Zakaria Nyampa.
My name is Sada Soli Jibia. Mr. Speaker, I'm representing Abuja-Kaduna Federal Constituency, and Mr. Speaker, I'm from Katsina State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is timely. Why do I say it is timely? Mr. Speaker, when this contract was entered, there was a foreign content of it to take care of the fencing. I think if I can remember, the foreign content of this contract for the fencing was about $30 million. The reasons for that, one is to allow the train to move at maximum speed if there is this parameter wall, so that all the chances of animal crossing have been taken care of, and the drivers of the locomotive, they are aware there is no opportunity for any animal to cross or human interruption along the way. As it is today, even the parameter wall, the blocks and the interlockings were being removed before the completion of even the contract. So we don't know what happened with the $30 million foreign content for the construction of this parameter wall. And that's the more reason why the train is always going at a very slow speed, because they cannot risk the life of the passengers if they allow it to go on the full speed that it was built for, because there is no parameter wall. Mr. Speaker, added to that, even where there is the parameter wall, the segment where there is the parameter wall, there is less sensitization of the locals around that area. That's why consistently we used to have stray animals crossing the rail line, getting involved into an accident, and yet there is no sensitization of the local communities, which is also part of the contract in itself. So I think, Mr. Speaker, is not only urging the railway agency, but to investigate what happened with the money. What really happened with the foreign content of the money in construction to construct that parameter wall? What happened? Why is it not completed, and why is the money? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Say aye. Against say nay. That was Sabi.